What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another ARMAJET video. Today, let's take a look at what weapons need a buff. Let's hop right into it. Alright, the first weapon I have on this list is the Quantum. Really don't see it anywhere. You don't see it in pubs, don't really see it in competitive play. And I personally would not take it in the battlefield, comparing it to a Black Tusk. A Black Tusk over this, I would take Black Tusk any day. So to buff this, or to give it some sort of an edge in the battlefield, I recommend maybe a larger clip size, because the Quantum is a mid-ranged weapon. And why not abuse that role of it being a mid-ranged weapon and give it maybe a larger clip size, or maybe even range. Alright, next weapon. This might come as a surprise, but I personally think the Tremor needs a very slight buff and maybe damage, because comparing it to Dominion or something like that, I feel like Dominion is much better, since the Dominion absolutely shreds at closer ranges. Yeah, the Tremor does have projectiles that bounce off, but that really only works in narrow surfaces, say snow base, maybe some parts of magma. Honestly, I think that's it. Maybe parts of Canyon if you're lucky, probably the lower part of Canyon. But that's pretty much it. And again, with the Tremor, I don't know if it's just people I play against, but I really don't see the Tremor being used at all. So something like a slight, very slight damage buff might bring it back into combat. Next on the list has to be the Locust. Once again, with these weapons and others I've mentioned, I don't see them in the battlefield. And Locust has this unique ability of knockback. Definitely keep that. But I feel like maybe if you increase the fire rate of the Locust, I think it'd be much better, because you already have this unique capability of knockback, and if you add a faster fire rate, I honestly think people will pick it over the Black Tusk. That's just a hunch, but currently it's not really that viable. The Lycan, everyone's favorite weapon. Not really sure how to fix this weapon. But all I do know is that it needs to be fixed somehow. I don't really think they've touched the Lycan ever since they created it. I might be wrong, I'm probably wrong, but I don't think anything's really changed with the Lycan. They envisioned it to be more of a breaching shotgun, and I don't think that fulfills the role. No one really uses it, like, especially the Lycan. I never see it on the battlefield, never. And even if I have challenges with the Lycan, I definitely skip it and try to do something else. And yeah, over the Dominion, I would take the Dominion hands down if I had to choose between Lycan and Dominion. Dominion is just the better shotgun in this scenario. And hopefully they can buff it, or buff Lycan, obviously, to, eventually let people use it in the battlefield effectively. Alrighty, next up is the Wildfire. I think it could use a slight speed buff, like a very slight speed buff. Compared to the other weapons on this list, it's better off, but I think it needs a bit of a more helping hand for it to be a bit more viable. It's already good. It's not bad at all. But I think a slight speed buff would make it even better, and you would be able to see even more people use it. Because it is a support weapon, but if you increase its speed a bit more, I feel like people will use it solely for the fact that they can get from place to place rather quickly. And that would definitely help the weapon. Okay, the next on the list is the Phantom. This weapon definitely needs a reload buff. It needs to decrease the reload time. And honestly, that's all I would touch with this weapon currently. I would decrease the reload time and then go from there. I think that's the only thing the Phantom really needs, but I'm not really sure. The Iron Bark. This weapon needs to get its screen shake reduced a lot more. It's just insane how much the screen shakes, at least on mobile, compared to other weapons. In addition, I think the accuracy needs to be tightened a bit more, and I feel like the Iron Bark would be in a good place after these changes, but it definitely needs something to, up the wow factor with the Iron Bark, because it does have potential, but these two, I guess, parts of the Iron Bark are holding it back. Okay, last but certainly not the least would be the Ripper. So I don't typically play the Ripper that much. I didn't really play it in 1.0 either. So I asked people who do play the Ripper and who do have more knowledge about it than me. And then I was told that it would probably be a better support weapon if you gave the Ripper more of a visible range. Think of something like the Long Claw range. And I thought that was something interesting to figure out and probably test. I'm not sure whether that'll fix the weapon per se, make it more usable compared to other weapons. Well, that's a good thought, and I don't really have anything else to add to that. But the Ripper definitely needs some sort of buff in any area to make it more competitive, or not even just competitive, but also being used in public matches. Alright folks, that is it for the weapon buffs. What do you think about it? Did I catch everything you thought of? Did I miss a few? Do you disagree, agree? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.